Your silence has spoken louder than any words ever could. Without uttering a single phrase, you conveyed a message that resonated deeply with them. In your stillness, they found clarity, reflection, and even a sense of urgency. This unspoken energy has stirred something profound within them, prompting massive internal and external shifts, changes that had to happen before either of you could be truly ready for union. It's as if the universe paused everything so each of you could confront your shadows and realign with your higher selves. Whether you realized it or not, your withdrawal served as a powerful catalyst. When you made the decision to walk away, it shook the very foundation of their world. That moment, though perhaps silent or even subtle, caused a chain reaction within their heart and mind. They were thrust into a period of emotional reckoning, forced to face parts of themselves they had long ignored. It was a painful chapter, filled with introspection and emotional discomfort, but it was also necessary. They went through a stage of deep healing and soul-searching, and in the midst of that, came the undeniable realization: it was you who first dared to shift the stagnant dynamic between you both. You were the one who chose growth, who refused to stay stuck, who moved with integrity even when it hurt. Throughout the silence and separation, you never wavered from your core. No matter how much emotional weight this phase carried, you stayed grounded in your truth. You remained loyal to who you are and authentic in your energy. You didn't chase or manipulate, instead, you led by example, standing in your power with quiet strength. That kind of presence is rare, and they noticed. They now see clearly just how powerful, resilient, and soulful you truly are. In a world where many shift with the wind, you remained solid, and that made all the difference. Even with the distance and time apart, their love for you never faded. In fact, it grew stronger. They're still deeply, madly in love with you, perhaps now more than ever. This time apart wasn't just about space, it was about transformation. They've been in the process of closing out old cycles, shedding layers of outdated behaviors, and preparing themselves emotionally and spiritually for a new beginning. And make no mistake, they want that beginning to be with you. The energy has shifted. The tables have turned. This realization is no longer something they can ignore or deny, it's loud, clear, and undeniable. Your energy continues to linger with them. It's unforgettable, etched into their memory like a song they can't stop playing in their mind. They see you now through a different lens, one shaped by admiration and deep respect. You've astonished them with your growth. They view you as a self-made individual, someone who has not only transformed internally but has also cultivated independence and strength that shines brightly. You've become the embodiment of what it means to rise from hardship and turn pain into power. They now understand the value of what they almost lost. And while they may have been slow to act in the past, caught up in fear, confusion, or emotional immaturity, things are changing. There's a shift happening within them that's rapid and undeniable. They're evolving on an internal level, breaking through emotional blocks and finally beginning to align with the version of themselves capable of loving you the way you deserve. It's not just about wanting you back, it's about becoming someone who can meet you on your level. Your impact runs deep. You didn't just enter their life, you changed it. You held up a mirror, intentionally or not, and in doing so, you helped them see who they were and who they could become. That kind of love is rare, soul-deep, transformative, and unforgettable. You've always been a step ahead emotionally, but now, they're catching up. They're starting to feel everything you once felt, to see everything you already saw. And that's why this moment matters. Because now, for the first time in a long time, you're finally moving in the same direction. There's a sense of divine timing at play here, as if all of this needed to unfold exactly as it did. Every pause, every tear, every sleepless night served a purpose. And now, as the dust begins to settle, there's clarity. They're no longer running from their feelings or hiding behind fear. They're stepping forward, not just toward you, but into a version of themselves that's worthy of this love. They know this is more than a connection. It's a bond that defies logic and transcends time. They feel you, even in your silence. And now, they're ready to respond, not with words alone, but with action. Everything is shifting, and this time, it's real. Not giving you the time you deserved and failing to reciprocate your love was, without a doubt, the biggest mistake of my life. It's something that weighs on me every day, something I carry like a shadow that never fades. I often think back to those moments when I could have simply chosen to be present, to open up, to trust you the way you trusted me, but I didn't. I let my fears and insecurities take control, and in doing so, I hurt the one person who genuinely cared for me without conditions. That guilt lingers, deeper than I ever imagined it could. I feel ashamed not only because I hurt you, but because I realize now what a rare and beautiful soul I had in front of me, and I let you slip through my fingers. Whenever I find myself alone, in the quiet moments when everything else fades away, I can feel your pain in my heart. It echoes in the silence, in the spaces we used to fill with laughter, conversations, and shared dreams. I know you have your reasons to be hurt, to be disappointed, even angry. You had every right to expect more from me, because you gave so much of yourself to this relationship. And what makes your love even more profound is that, despite everything, I know that somewhere in your heart, you still hold love for me. That thought alone is both comforting and heartbreaking. Meeting you was a turning point in my life. It was the first time I truly believed in the power of manifestation. I had always imagined a partner like you, someone who would understand me without needing explanations, who would love me in my light and my darkness. I would daydream about having a love that felt like home, and then you walked into my life, seemingly out of nowhere. I remember feeling shocked, almost disoriented, because it was like the universe had finally answered a prayer I had whispered for years. You were everything I never thought I'd find. Now, as I sit here alone, reflecting on our journey together, memories flood my mind like a tide that can't be held back. I think about how, with just one glance, you captivated me. Your presence, your energy, it was magnetic. I truly did fall in love with you at first sight. And despite the distance now, despite the silence that has settled between us, I am still here. I haven't forgotten you. I couldn't, even if I tried. There was always something extraordinary about you, something that set you apart from everyone else. I always admired how you did everything with love and intention. You never did things just for the sake of doing them or to tick off a box. Your love wasn't lazy, and your presence was never half-hearted. You poured your soul into everything you touched, and being around you made me want to be better, to live more genuinely. You showed me what it means to act from the heart and to live with purpose. Thank you for that. Thank you for teaching me how to start discovering my true self, for helping me peel back the layers I had built as protection. You were the only one who could truly handle me, my moods, my silences, my chaos. When I was at my lowest, when I was emotionally all over the place, you didn't run. You didn't give up on me, even when I had already given up on myself. You had this incredible way of seeing through my silence, understanding even the words I didn't say. That kind of emotional connection, that depth, it's rare. It's something I may never experience again. You gave me the courage to face my wounds, to begin healing the parts of me I had long ignored. When I look back, I see how much you did for me without ever asking for anything in return. You carried my pain as if it were your own. You stood by me, even when I made it hard to stand beside me. That kind of love, it changes a person. It certainly changed me. Even now, after everything, I hold on to the hope that maybe one day you'll understand just how much you meant to me, and still do. I know words can't undo the past, and I don't expect anything from you, not forgiveness, not reconciliation. But I needed to say this. I needed you to know that your love didn't go unnoticed, even if I failed to acknowledge it in time. You left a mark on my life that no one else ever will. You were a gift I didn't know how to cherish then. But I see it now, so clearly, so painfully. And though regret is a heavy burden to bear, it also speaks to how deeply I valued you, even if I didn't show it the way you deserved. You were, and always will be, one of the most meaningful chapters in my story. Do you truly know the effect you have on me? Sometimes I wonder if you realize just how deeply you've impacted my life, not just in the obvious ways, but in the subtle shifts in my thoughts, my emotions, and even my beliefs. You've touched parts of me I never thought could be reached. You've softened me, brought light to places that had grown dim with doubt, and filled spaces I had long left empty. You are not just someone I love, you are the only one in my heart, and I mean that with every fiber of my being. Before you came into my life, I often found myself wrapped in layers of negativity, stuck in a loop of pessimistic thinking. I had almost come to believe that love was something fleeting, conditional, and always just out of reach. But then you walked into my life with your kindness, your patience, and your unwavering presence. Somehow, without even trying, you began to peel away those layers and reveal a version of me I didn't know existed, a version that believes in joy, in hope, and most importantly, in love. You have been my anchor, my peace, and my eternal love. And while life is always changing, the seasons shift, circumstances evolve, people come and go, what I feel for you remains unchanged. The essence of my love for you is constant, even as the world spins around us. The aspects of our journey might transform over time, but the heart of it, the foundation we've built together, is unshakable. The love you give me is unlike anything I've ever known. It's the kind of love that makes me feel like I can face anything, no matter how heavy. It's strong enough to keep me grounded, and yet gentle enough to lift me when I fall. You make me feel like I matter, not just in words, but in the way you treat me, the way you look at me, the way you show up for me time and time again. I can't thank you enough for simply being there. Your presence in my life is a blessing I never saw coming, but now I can't imagine living without. You've shown me that love doesn't have to come with conditions, demands, or expectations. You've proven that real love is freely given, without asking for anything in return. And because of that, I often find myself wondering what I did to deserve this kind of unconditional love. The truth is, I don't think I could ever earn it, and yet, here you are, loving me with your whole heart, giving me your time, your trust, your everything. You make me believe that I am worthy, just as I am. With you, I feel something I've never quite felt before, safety. It's not just about physical comfort or protection, it's emotional, it's spiritual. I feel nurtured in your presence, like I'm finally allowed to rest, to breathe, to just be. At the same time, I feel emotionally strong when I'm with you. You give me the courage to open up, to be vulnerable, to share the parts of me I once tried to hide. You create a space where I can be completely myself, flaws and all, and still feel loved. I have no doubts about your loyalty. It's something I feel in the little things, in the consistency of your love, in your words, in your actions. I know you are 100% committed to me, and that knowledge gives me a sense of peace I can't quite explain. In a world full of uncertainty, your love is the one thing I can count on. Sometimes I laugh at myself because I realize just how much of my time I spend thinking about you. You've become such a central part of my world that even when you're not around, you're still with me. I find myself scrolling through your social media, not out of insecurity, but simply because I miss you. I want to feel close to you, even when we're apart. You're all over my search history because, more often than not, my thoughts naturally drift to you. Whether it's a song that reminds me of your voice or a post that makes me think of your smile, you're always with me in one way or another. No one else has my attention the way you do. It's not just that you're beautiful or kind or intelligent, it's the way you see me, understand me, and love me for who I truly am. You've become not just my partner, but my home, my heart, and my greatest source of inspiration. So thank you, for loving me, for staying, for believing in us. You've given me something that I once thought only existed in fairy tales, a love that is real, enduring, and deeply transformative. And for as long as I live, I promise to cherish you, to honor this love, and to never take you for granted. Because now that I've experienced this kind of love, I know, I could never go back.